Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at Theta, we're still in this channel down pattern. We've been talking about this for months. As long as you're in this channel down pattern, you have to expect to adhere to the channel's resistance and to the channel's support. So this is exactly what I was talking about when we were running into the resistance of the channel up or the channel down pattern here in February and here in April. We just hit the resistance one more time. And as you can see, the last time we did that, we didn't actually retrace all the way back down to this to the support of the channel down pattern, which previously did happen. When you had the retracement up to the resistance, you saw a move back down to the support. From there, you saw another move to the upside, but you didn't go that low. You didn't go all the way down here, which is a bullish sign. That is a very good sign telling us that there are a lot more buyers here. So the price isn't dropping to this low. That's a good sign. We're printing a higher low. Now, what is not a good sign is the fact that we're printing a lower high. So with our high here in February, we retraced obviously, and then we started moving back to the upside. And with this April high, we weren't able to get back above the February high. So this means that there are a lot more bears over here, and they're, not letting the price go above $1.15. Ideally, I would have liked to see a retracement all the way back up to the August 2022 high. And as I keep mentioning on this channel, once we break the August high for the majority of the altcoins, we break above that, right? We manage to secure a spot above this and we start building and consolidating above that level, then we can safely say and assume that we have printed the bear market bottom. Right now, I can't say that we're not going to be coming back down to 73 cents because if you take a look at where we are right now, 73 cents is just 26% away. So if we see some sort of a flash crash, we could even break below this December low. And if we were to do that, where can we land? I'd be looking at this second fib level. Like if we take a look at the smaller fib that I have set up over here, if I remove the channel down pattern, so we've got our swing high here in November, and we've got our swing low here in October. You've had a perfect retracement to the 1.618, then you had another move to the upside, and you printed obviously a lower high. Then you went back down and you retested this first fib level once again, and then you went up. So with this next pullback, we could potentially come back to the first fib level and have a bounce from there. We could come back down to the 1.272, and I would say it would be very nice to retest the top of this support block here. So this blue support block set from 77.5 to 55 cents, that would be an amazing area to start dollar cost averaging if you obviously haven't bought Theta. Especially if you haven't bought Theta, these would be the golden prices for you. But obviously I wouldn't like to lose this December low. So just, brushing off of this support, off of the top of this support block would be amazing. It would be amazing, but obviously we never know when the price is going to reverse, so you have to be ready for both outcomes. And what I do suggest, which is not a financial advice, is you just set up a lot of buy limit orders. If you have spare cash, just set up those buy limit orders and you can get some nice entries if you're not keeping up with the markets 24/7, because a lot of us cannot do that. You simply, you have to prepare for a dip before the dip happens. And how you do that is you set up these buy limit orders. So I would say all the way down to 77.5 cents, you can set up a lot of buy limit orders and you can get a bunch of those filled if we see a flash crash. So that's what I have here for this channel down pattern. Possibly we could even come back down and retest the channel down pattern here, right? We could do something like this where we just start dropping down, and we land down here at 60 cents, somewhere around 60 cents, which would be pretty logical considering the fact that we're still in this channel down pattern. Now, at some point, you're going to have to break to the upside because channel down patterns have breaks to the upside, right? If it was a channel up pattern, you typically break to the downside. But this is a channel down pattern. So we're definitely expecting a move to the upside from here. The only question is when. When are we gonna break out of this thing? And that depends on Bitcoin, depends on the sentiment, depends on the news, because, you know, we've gone through a lot in the past few years, a lot of FUD thrown into the markets, and we've survived through all of it. So now we just have to be patient for just a little longer, and we'll get to the bull market that everyone's waiting for. So just be patient, enjoy the bear market while you can, buy into all these low prices. Not a financial advice once again, but at the end of the year, I'm not expecting Theta to be sitting at $1. I'm expecting Theta, let's jump into the weekly chart actually, and we'll talk about my expectations. So taking a look at the weekly chart here for Theta on KuCoin's website. So we are in this broadening descending wedge, as you can see, and at some point you're gonna break to the upside here. This is just a different way to draw the trend lines. Obviously, you could do this into a channel, depends on how you draw them out. This is the weekly chart, so I just use the bodies of the candles. On the daily chart, it does look more like a channel down pattern, but that's besides the point. Now, as you can see, we have a major resistance level here at $2.70, roughly around that area. So this was a major support for us all the way back here in March of 2022. We had a large wick. Look at this wick here. You probably couldn't even buy into this, even if you had buy limit orders, because KuCoin does have a lot of these scam wicks. So there is a lot of support in this area, and we broke down here. As you can see, April 2022, we broke down, and we never back tested that level as resistance. And as you know, or at least I hope that you know, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, is that when you break a level, you have to back test it, right? So you broke below the level, you haven't had the back test of resistance, so potentially that is going to be coming after we break out of this pattern here and we move into September/August 2023, which is when I expect to see a bull trap. So we might retrace all the way up there from where we are right now. That would be 170% to the upside from the bottom here in December last year. This would be almost a 300% move to the upside. So we could definitely back test this as resistance, right? And then we come back down and print another higher low before obviously eventually breaking above that level in 2024 and starting the attack on the previous all-time high. And that is, quite a bullish scenario. We still have to see what's going to be happening in Q3 and Q4 with the US economy, because, Jerome Powell is saying that the banks are okay and everything's okay while their stocks are dropping like meme coins. So yeah, you have to be ready for anything. We could see a black swan event later this year, so you definitely want to have some spare cash to buy into that. Now, taking a look at the weekly RSI, we can see a nice support level here. We've bounced off of that back in May last year. We've had another bounce here in December 2022, and we've been running into this resistance above us since December or November of 2021. And we almost did the exact same thing here in April. But right now, as we're pulling back down, there's a good chance we might see a pullback all the way down here to the support of this sort of descending or symmetrical triangle, if you will. So at some point, you're going to have to get very, very close to the apex of the pattern. And as you know, once you do that, you tend to see a break to the upside, or at least in most cases, at least in crypto. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have for Theta. If we take a look at the volume here, you can see that it's basically non-existent compared to what we were seeing back in the bull market. So if this was the 2021 bull market, and Theta this is sort of Theta's first bear market. Imagine what's going to be happening during the next bull market. Now, full disclosure, I do own some Theta. I am dollar cost averaging. All of my buy alerts are going to be available on my Patreon. Also, if you want to get access to my exclusive podcasts, you can become a member. Feel free to become a member here on YouTube and get access to all the podcasts. Now, if you want more content, additional content, feel free to check out my Patreon. So that's pretty much everything I have for Theta. Thank you all for watching this video. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section, and I'm going to see you in the next update. Take care and goodbye.